What popular sayings are actually bullshit? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Quote. Fuck. The older I get, the more I wish it were that simple. The past year it has been, we're in this together. Love is never having to say you're sorry. I think from the movie Love Story. Stupid and ridiculous. The lightning never strikes twice in the same spot. Yes, it does. Especially if that spot is a high metal structure. It will be struck twice. Even more than just 2 times. Finish what you started. No. Sometimes the thing I started was a bad idea and maybe I should do something I like better. That'll buff right out. Serious. What celebrity death hit you the hardest? Asterisk asterisk attention. Serious. Tag notice asterisk asterisk. Asterisk. Jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted. https www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/wiki/index#wiki_rule_6- in asterisk any asterisk comment. Parent or child. Asterisk parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Asterisk report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour. And posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. Asterisk I am a bot. And this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message, compose, to =r, AskReddit. If you have any questions or concerns, asterisk. Mr. Rogers. As a kid growing up in Pittsburgh, so many of my afternoons were spent exploring a new world with him. I had a friend in college that I talked to after Mr. Rogers had passed. And he had said that when he and his brother were sad they both watched his show because it felt like somebody loved them. Phil Hartman. It was just such a sad story. Jeff Buckley. After releasing such an amazing first album, it seemed he had so much more to give. Leonard Nimoy and Jim Henson. Robin Williams. What is something subtle people say that is a red flag to you? Never asking a question. My husband realized his father never does this and now I can't stop listening for this. When they are the victim in all of their stories. I had a colleague who didn't really have any friends outside of work. All of her stories were about how each of her friends had stabbed her in the back at one time or another. She went traveling to Australia with 6 girls and left early because they didn't want to do the things she wanted. It was glaringly obvious that she was the issue but still tried to play the sweet victim. There is another girl from my high school who has gained quite a few followers on social media through sharing her stories of being bullied in school for being bald. No one can remember that ever happening. She was quite popular but had lost touch with her group as you do when you move away for college. Also, she was never bald. Red flags when people enjoy pity. But you're so good at it. AKA I'll compliment you in the hope that you'll take this task off my hands. When people talk shit on their spouses. Like even in the most subtle way it's still not appropriate small talk. If it's my best friend and she's telling me about a hardship or a fight. Different. But when I'm meeting you for the first time I shouldn't be able to pick up that you dislike your spouse, so. Okay fine I'm sorry happy? That's not an apology. I used to go to the bar after work with coworkers. One of the managers didn't go. But a coworker kept encouraging him to come out and party. He relented and said he'd come out for one drink. At the bar, he took a sip and said, I haven't had a beer in 5 months. No one else took notice of that. But it struck me. He was gone a week later after coming into work drunk and doing something inappropriate. To anyone reading this, if someone doesn't want to drink, accept no for an answer. They might have a very good reason to say no. And pressing them on it, especially when well-intentioned, might make it much harder for them to say no. What did your teacher do that made you call them, worst teacher ever? Get fired for touching boys in the way you think. Third grade teacher got frustrated with a kid's stutter and started pounding the kid's desk with a closed fist while mocking his stutter. My old band teacher threw a projector at his students. He left the district later that year. A high school writing teacher who circled the word "ebbed" and said, "Not a word," in bright red ink. This was a creative writing assignment that I was very nervous to show her. Then when I showed her it was a word in a thesaurus, she got upset and asked what brand the thesaurus was, as if I had an incorrect book. She never liked me and I never really understood why. When a teacher called me at 12:30 a.m. to complete an Excel sheet because it was his deadline to submit it tomorrow, I did it and sent it back. Didn't say thank you in text. No worries. I go to school the next day and he's trashing me in front of another teacher for no reason. I don't expect him to start praising me like I'm the Messiah. At the least don't do this. Stole stuff out of desks and blamed the other kids in the class. Which store is the most painful to shop at? It used to be Sears when they were still around. It was impossible to find anyone. They never had what I wanted. And I went to the same Sears for most of my life. When I was younger, it was a beast. But near the end, you can tell it was dying. Hot Topic. I never understood how every Hot Topic store I've been to has the same squished layout. I still occasionally go because it's one of the few in-person places I can shop for fandom merch. At least where I live. But come on. Why it always gotta be so thin and narrow? Man. IDK if people still even shop there. But Hollister. I stopped shopping there about a decade ago, but the smell was so unbearable. Usk. Think IKEA meets Bed Bath & Beyond. The place has shelves to the goddamn ceiling full of furniture and bins and throw pillows. It's full of the kind of stuff that gives people the illusion of organization, but the store itself is odd. And it's a maze. I have absolutely no idea which direction I am facing. Where is the exit? I feel like a sim drowning in the pool after the stairs are removed. Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister are not ideal places to shop when you have asthma. Most of the convenience stores in my neighborhood, there's almost always a person buying lotto tickets. They can't buy them all at once though. First they need to get their previous tickets checked, cashed in. Then they need to buy their weekly tickets. Then they need to buy a couple scratch-and-win tickets, which they quickly scratch off just the verification area. Depending on those winnings, they'll buy more. When that's done, they'll look at how much change they have left and buy a couple more tickets. Meanwhile, there's a line of people forming behind the gambler as they treat the cashier like a slot machine. What is the biggest plot hole of reality? Consciousness. We go to sleep or pass out and it's just suddenly daytime? No. Where's the wait? I want 8 hours of lucid dreaming. Damn it. I don't want to wake up immediately. It's like hitting the skip cutscene button or spamming A to jump through dialogue. It feels like someone's skipping something important. I've found it increasingly infuriating that doubling down on a lie, no matter how egregious, seems to work 80 to 90% of the time. That I've never seen my neighbors bring in groceries into their homes. Human consciousness. Like at some point in time you just go from being an unconscious ball of semi-functional flesh to conscious human being. Like I'm sorry. What? You can only buy used mirrors. Inner voice and sight? I can hear it but not with my ears. I can see it but not with my eyes? I don't understand how this works.
Subscribe, my brothers.